Money is not math, and math is not money. Confusing? Stay tuned.
From Philadelphia, the home of the Liberty Bell, Financial Freedom Radio starts now. Here's your host, Raymond Jewell.
Welcome back, everyone, to financialfreedomradio.com. Math is not money, and money is not math. That is confusing, and we're going to talk about that today. I want to thank everybody for watching our show and watching the YouTube video. We do this as I guess the word is vlog, and we do it once a week. And you can either download it on YouTube, or you could go to financialfreedomradio.com and you can get the link to actually listen to it on audio. Why? I'm stretching here. So let's bring in our fabulous expert engineer, Steve Bailey. How's your quarantine going, Steve?
You can see I'm getting a little long in the tooth up here. I've stopped trying to do anything with the hair. I just wash it, and I desperately need to consider my hair cutter, stylist, barber, beautician, whatever you want to call her. She needs to be considered essential services next time we do this.
Well, other than that, are you doing anything exciting?
I'm no. It's about as simple as I can put it. I'm stuck in the house. We go out to pick up takeout and get groceries, and that's about it.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the club.
Yeah, right.
We found that if you call Sam's Club, or no, I'm sorry, go online to Sam's Club and then fill out what you want, they'll give you a time to go there and pick it up, and they'll actually let you go into the store. They only let a few people in at a time, and then you can add to your order. And so we do that. That's working out really well, and we may continue to do that after.
Yeah, Lisa's really been doing the pickup shopping, ordering it online, going there, and then people just bring it out to the car.
Yeah. So before we get started, one of the shows I talked about that we were right dead on the black hole of toilet paper. We wanted to find out where all this toilet paper was going. You remember going to the stores, and I guess it's still happening, you would have trouble getting toilet paper.
Yep.
And we were right on it, financialfreedomradio.com. You heard it here first, folks. We were right on this conspiracy, and we've got proof of where it's going. And I can't believe that somebody recorded a video of this, but watch and you'll see where all this toilet paper is going and the conspiracy. Do you have the queued up?
I do.
Video? Look at all that toilet paper. Where is it? I left the next one. You can start that off. Let's go to the next one. Look at this. I know where all the toilet paper is going. It's going to cats. Cats are hoarding it. This is exciting news, folks, because we've uncovered this plot. Cats hoarding toilet paper, and if you're not careful, the cats are going to take over the world. So all you cat lovers, if you've got tons of toilet paper, don't put it up on video because it makes other people a little angry.
Yep, we scooped all the mainstream media on this one, Ray.
You told me that you were going to put a disclaimer up when we ran this.
Well, this is just full disclosure. This is Ray's sense of humor. I'm a very big cat lover because I know if you don't love cats, they will kill you in your sleep.
They will take over the world. And there's a movie and a video, and well, that's the same thing. And there's a play about cats, and it's right on.
Yep.
They are going to rule. Be careful. We will have a catdemic instead of a pandemic. So let's dig in. And Steve reminded me that the conclusion of our last show, we talked about where all the money was coming from the government and how much it was. And we're actually going to talk about what to do with it. And I promised I would share that with you. And remember, this money is coming for essentials. It's coming to give you the ability to purchase food, pay your rent, and do the things you normally do to maintain your lifestyle. But you want to do it properly and you want to understand money. And we're going to talk about money is not math. And when you look at the money coming in, it's to be distributed to vendors, to businesses, so that they can actually survive and they can actually keep their business going. So when you take your money and you funnel it to the grocery store, gasoline, you buy gasoline, the essentials, you're now maintaining your essential inventory and you're driving revenue into their coffers in tune. They will end up paying taxes for it. The only issue here, it's only working on a small select group, what Steve likes to call essential services.
That's right.
So we want to also understand that if we decide not to use it and we decide to hoard it, are we hoarding it in the right places? And today we're going to talk about money is not math. And once you understand these principles, money is not math and math is not money, you're going to understand where you can put this to either preserve it. We know that if you use it to buy essential services, you're going to be able to use it directly right away. And understanding the fact that the money is not math and math is not money will give you great insight. So we're going to dig in here and we're going to talk about the toilet paper analogy. So if I give you 6 rolls of toilet paper today and 6 rolls of toilet paper tomorrow, you'll have 12.
Yep.
But if I don't give you any more for 10 years, how many will you have?
You'll
You want to
still have
answer that, Steve?
you'll still have the 12.
No, you'll have 0
Oh, because you'll use it.
because you'll use it, you'll blow your nose with it, you'll wipe windows with it, you'll
I'm so glad you said Windows.
yeah, you'll do things other than what it's intended for. It will get used up. A better analogy is what I like, the orange analogy. If I give you 6 oranges today and 6 oranges tomorrow, you'll have 12, right?
Yeah.
If I don't give you any more for 5 years, how many will you have?
Oh, they'll be rotten, so none.
You've watched my cue things.
No, I
You'll have
just that's a
0. He's
logical
right.
that's a logical extension of the toilet paper metaphor.
He's right. The same unknown variables, even though they'll be different, will impact the oranges. You'll either eat them or they'll rot, or you'll throw them away. The same exists with money. There are unknown variables. If I give you $6 today and $6 tomorrow, you'll have 12. If I don't give you any more for 10 years, how much will you have? You'll have $12 of paper money if you still have it, but you'll spend it. You'll use it for other things. But those are the visible things. There are invisible things that will impact that $12. And let's talk about them. Number one is taxes. And Steve, you have the oranges
Right there.
slides. There's the 6. I actually used two oranges, and
Well, one
I
orange is
want
6
you to
oranges, remember?
I want you to see the end result because it's disgusting. The next slide. There it is. They rot. It's money rotting. Money rots. And we're going to talk about where it rots. So Let's look at one of the eroding factors, taxes. Taxes will take your money and remove out of your control whatever percentage you pay in taxes immediately. So taxes is a hole in the bucket, so to speak. It's a rot that you can't avoid. The next one is inflation. Inflation is a silent tax. It will slowly erode away your spending power so that you will end up losing money. And by the way, everything I show you, I can illustrate and prove. I'm not giving you any information that I can't prove. Cost. If you took those $12 and you bought something, you created a cost. And when you pay taxes or you have inflation and you lose money, you have what is called a lost opportunity cost. You have a loss here, but what could you have earned over here if you were to put it to growth? So, in the holistic world, you have to measure your losses and the potential use you could have had with it. It's called lost opportunity cost. You could Google all these terms. Negative interest rate changes. We saw the markets go down. Market fluctuations is another one. We saw markets go down where people have lost enormous amounts of money. Now, I've heard financial people tell me, well, it's not a loss till you take it. And you've heard me say on past episodes, tell that to your banker. When you do a balance sheet, if you had a lot of money here in your stocks or bonds or mutual funds, and all of a sudden you have less, that makes your balance sheet go down. So it is a real loss. And if you let it ride, which you almost have to do, you end up working real hard to get back to where you were before this downturn occurred. And I got to tell you, this downturn came right out of the blue and happened within a very short period of time. No one could have predicted it, and it happened so fast you couldn't react to it. And that's why lots of people got really blindsided by this market downturn. Propensity to consume. That's another hole in the bucket. That's another rot because you'll consume the dollars. Out of that $12, you'll say, well, I've got to go buy, toilet paper.
From the
Or
cats.
maybe I want to go, yeah, or a cat.
No, I said buy the toilet paper from the cats.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. From the cat. Good. And that takes away your $12. So I hope you're getting the picture. Planned obsolescence is another rot, another what we call a hole in the bucket, another eroding factor. That means products are meant to break down. They're designed. It's a whole aftermarket. You buy a product and that product breaks down, and people know how much they can actually sell in products that actually repair that product. So you got a product that's bought, it lasts for a certain period of time, and then you have to keep it in function, repair it, or buy a new product. We see it in iPhones.
Yep.
I think the longest I've been able to keep an iPhone was 4 years. You see it in other computers. You can either repair them or you can get a new one. It's almost cheaper to get a new one. But those products are designed to break down. And there's a business around fixing them, and there's a business around buying a new one. Technological change. Technology changes. If you don't understand technological change, which is, I just use the iPhone, you're going to be living in the dark ages in a very short period of time because technology is going to pass us by. and other unforeseen events. Unforeseen events will be we have a lot of people in retirement that live off interest. The market went down and now their spending power drops. Or maybe they contract an illness unforeseen in their lives, in their economic lives. So the the whole point of understanding the unforeseen circumstances is to have what is called a sinking fund to take care of that. In a business, who would have thought that we would, in a very short period of time, need to have the government bail us out so we could keep employees? And yes, we get to keep employees, but what guarantee is it that we're going to have business when this all comes back?
That's a good point.
So if you're in a restaurant business, yeah, you were able to keep your employees, but it's still pretty iffy if people are going to come to your restaurant when all of a sudden the quarantines are lifted. So sinking funds, unforeseen circumstances impact the dollar. That's just to name a few. There's many more. And we're going to talk about eroding factors in other shows. It's just you have to understand that money is not math and math is not money. When you have money, you've got so many eroding factors. But if 6 + 6 is 12, it's always going to be 12 mathematically. But financially, it's not always going to be 12. And the financial people don't seem to get that. They will give you illustrations and they'll use math as a planning tool and expect you to build your whole financial world around that when there's too many unforeseen circumstances that prove that that math is not going to work. That 6 + 6 is 12 in math, but not in money, not in your financial world. And the only way you can see that is through what we call a macroeconomic model. It's called LEAP, Lifetime Economic Acceleration Process. If you're using a LEAP practitioner to actually help you build that model, then you'll be able to see that. But if you're using a traditional financial planner that's not building a macroeconomic model, you're never going to see it and you're going to be set up for failure. And remember the 4 pillars of the financial institutions: get your money, get it on a systematic and ongoing basis, hang on to it for as long as possible, and give it back as little as possible. The financial people are great soldiers for the financial institutions because who trains them? And they even have a designation for financial planners, certified financial planners that are certified in how to get your money. They're not certified in how to build a macroeconomic model and enable you to see your whole financial world and see where the eroding factors are. But if you're using, as I said, a LEAP practitioner, you can actually see that and ask them to show you the eroding factors. They're actually taught how to walk through that model and show you step by step how that happens. And if you're not using a LEAP practitioner, if you want to shoot me an email, actually you could go right to my calendar and you could schedule your meeting at raymondjewell.com/meet, MEET. raymondjewell.com/meet. And I will give you a half an hour, no charge, and I'll walk you through the principles of it. And then you decide whether it's something that you want to do or not. And I can either point you in the right direction or I'll take you through it myself. But it's important that you understand how money works because you have money at work and men at work. When you're working, men at work and money at work. But when you retire, you just have money at work. And you've got to understand that. And these financial planners don't get it. They don't understand the macroeconomics of wealth. and wealth preservation and wealth creation. So when you get your checks from the government, you've got several things you want to do with it to trigger the economy, but also help you, mainly help you first. And then if you put it away where there's no eroding factors. And we'll teach you all that through these upcoming episodes. We're going to hit this head on because you need to know how to protect yourself if another downturn happens. None of my clients lose. And so you can be in the same position when you follow the macroeconomic process. We call it personal economic coach. And it's important to get the understanding of how to look at your whole financial world through a macroeconomic model on one page. So I want to thank you all for coming. I want to thank you all for watching. And if you want to listen to the audio of this, go to the podcast. You can go to financialfreedomradio.com and get all that information. If you want to watch it, you can go to youtube.com/Financial Freedom Radio. I want you to have a great week. Take care. God bless.
Thanks for listening. Please remember to subscribe to the podcast. If you want to learn how to create real sustainable wealth like the extremely rich people do, or maybe you just want to sustain the wealth you already have, you need to check out Dr. Ray's new book, Why the Rich Are Rich. Ray's been coaching clients for 35 years and has completely unlocked the secret strategies that rich people use day in and day out to grow and sustain their wealth regardless of what's going on in the economy. His book is completely free, and you can get it by going to whythericharerich.com and entering your email address. Again, that's whythericharerich.com. Head over there now.